Grand Rising, and thank you for joining me today. We go live in about a minute here, or 2 minutes actually. How was your weekend? Was it long enough? Did you watch the Bears? I didn't. Didn't even know they were on. And Stone Pharmacist today. That would be Attia Gray. She'll be joining us in the 7:30 hour. Young Millennial, doing the thing. Got about another minute here. Grand Rising, real live. It's the Stone Pharmacy today. Attia Gray, right here on the Female Solution. Grand Rising, thank you for joining me this morning. ZeldaSpeaks, the Mindfulness Stress Relief Coach. Yeah, get that stress out, honey. We are live on Facebook.com, HLN TV show, as well as ZeldaSpeaks, and also Pixely.com, Pixeoly. Don't forget about our YouTube channel, Higher Learning TV show. So be sure and tune in. You'll be glad you did. It's the Stone Pharmacist today with Attia Gray. What's a Stone Pharmacist? Well, tune in. You'll find out. And please share. blogtalkradio.com, The Female Solution, Higher Learning with ZeldaSpeaks on Monday Morning Mindfulness with Attia Gray. Thanks for sharing. Ooh, candy episode. What do you mean?
Live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning at 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, executive producer of the Female Solution radio show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, ni hao. In India, namaste.
Namaste.
In Japan, konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
In Korea, annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, здравствуйте. In Germany, guten Tag.
Guten
In
Tag.
Poland, dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
In France, bonjour.
Bonjour.
In Spain, hola. In Italy, ciao. In Egypt, ahlan. In Ghana, akwaba. In Nigeria, paleo.
Paleo.
In South Africa, salbona.
Salbona.
In Senegal, mandaba. In Kenya, jambo.
Jumbo.
In Israel, Shalom.
Shalom.
In Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all. Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed into the swing of things? Not really.
You are not alone.
Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with ZeldaSpeaks through your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, the Female Solution. Mondays, 7:30 to 9 a.m. Be sure to send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit ZeldaSpeaks.com and visit your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness stress relief coach, ZeldaSpeaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moments with us today. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to the next session of mindfulness on higher learning with ZeldaSpeaks. Make it a mindful day. Thanks for listening.
Grand Rising, and thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. We're just here to start your week off with the Mindfulness Stress Relief Session. I'm your host, ZeldaSpeaks, and thank you for joining me this morning here. It is Monday, the second Monday in January, as we are into 2021, as so said by the Roman calendar. Happy Earth Day, birthday, born day, if today is your natal day. And happy birthday to the daughter of Shalik Bey, one of my Facebook friends. I saw his daughter, forgot her name, but Shalik Bey's daughter. Happy Earth Day, birthday, born day to you. You've got a great dad. Wish I had one, but that's a whole nother show. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me this morning. In the news this morning, you already know. I do not talk about what's going on out there. I specialize what's going on in here. And that's what this show is all about. Just really get us in the habit of tuning out a certain time of the day and just tune in to WYOU. That is right. Because everything you need to know is, you already know it. You just need to confirm it because it's in your gut. You were born with it. So thank you for knowing that this morning. If you're listening online, we appreciate you for joining in the conversation. We are live on our YouTube channel, which is, youtube.com Higher Learning TV show. Please subscribe and share that with someone and ask them to subscribe as ready when. And we're also on Facebook.com, HLN TV show, as well as Zelda Speaks. And on Instagram, I'm Zelda Speaks, the number 2 and the letter U. And gotta go check out my blog this morning, ZeldaSpeaks.wordpress.com. I need you to tell me which one of these you would vote for. There's some pills on there. You need to see them. And it's not the red pill or the blue pill. You got to see this. So yeah, there's other information on there as well, too. But be sure and check it out. ZeldaSpeaks.wordpress. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said that right. ZeldaSpeaks.wordpress.com. I think blogs, and one of them has Zelda Robinson, but it's not this one. And I remember to set those DVRs for the Higher Learning Network TV show, which airs Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 19 and 24/7 on the World Wide Web. And be sure to download the Higher Learning Network app. Did you know we had an app? Yes. You can keep up to date on everything that's happening at the Higher Learning Network, like the Teen Talent Contest. We're going into round 3. Congratulations to all of the winners from rounds 1 and 2. And we will be continuing round 3. Yes, this is going to be a quarterly event on Saturday, February 13th at 12 noon. So mark your calendar for that, okay? And while you're at it, we've been quarantined for some time now, and many of you all, I'm talking about me, may have gained a few pounds may become diabetic and just don't know it. So check out diabeticdonut.com. Get that free download on how I reversed type 2 diabetes. And it's also on higherlearningnetwork.org website. You can download it free there too. And I know you have seen how high the groceries are. I keep telling you, but you don't hear me. You'll hear me when you go to the store and there's none there and you don't have a source of groceries. So I hope that you will pay attention. And if not, get a garden, start a garden, buy a garden, get close to a garden. You need a garden if you intend to keep eating and not keep paying outrageous prices, because the only thing left is going to be left to eat is meat, and that's the stuff that's killing us. Plenty GMOs. Let's go to my blog, ZeldaSpeaks, WordPress.com. Also go to zeldarobinson.towergarden.com. You'll see where I started my own garden at home and in my apartment. Somebody asked me, is that a space shuttle? No, it's not a space shuttle, but you go to my blog, you'll see it. ZeldaRobinson.towergarden.com. And if you have pain and inflammation like a few of our senior citizens do, go to zelda.now.site, S-I-T-E, zelda.now.site. That's my Healy app that I wear. And you'll see information about that. As we take a look at the traffic, if you're headed out and about today, traffic and weather is sponsored by Karen Kelly of itex.com. That is, if you're an entrepreneur or business owner in need of services or products, go to itex.com. Put in the promo code ZELDA, Z-E-L-D-A. Thank you, Richard McGee. And you'll get a $100 bonus to start shopping right away for whatever your needs are for your business. If you're headed out today, hat, coat, scarf, gloves, all of that, then some. It's in the 20s today. No reported delays on Metro or CTA, but there are delays on the Kennedy at North Avenue inbound. There's some delays. It's 21 minutes on the inbound, 19 on the reverse. On the Edens, 18 in, 16 out. On the Eisenhower, 25 in, 21 out. On the Stevenson, 18 in and 16 out. On the Dan Ryan, it's 79th and the expressway. That early accident has been cleared up, but it's still slow to 71st Street. So 20 minutes on the outbound, 11 on the inbound. On the Bishop Ford, 11 in both directions, and Lakeshore Drive is 10 minutes in both directions. That's your traffic weather sponsored by Karen Kelly of itex.com. Be sure and tune in tomorrow morning. Well, we usually have Let's Talk About It with Maika. Well, tomorrow and for a while, Maika will be taking a hiatus. That is sometimes what spiritual people do, or shamans, or whatever title you would like to give her. I know she's an EFT practitioner, the baddest on the planet that I know of. So we will miss you, Maika, but we will be having a roundtable tomorrow with my sisters of the microphone and introducing some new faces and some new voices. So you'll get a chance to see that. And Wednesday, Naima Latif and Kareem Hamid, Repairing Family Relationships. On Thursday, Family Matters with Wendy City Deloach, in which we may also be having a roundtable. We'll tell you more about that later. And Friday, Health and Wellness with Viata. And Saturdays, we have rotating hosts. The first Saturday is Nonviolent Communication with Jana. Second Saturday, The Black Taboo with Love, Joy, and Powers. And third Saturday, Travel with Deborah. And the fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. Yes, if you have not heard Wisdom with Mama D or any of the other Saturday hosts, do yourself a favor. Tune in every Saturday from 12 noon until 2 p.m. And you can join us right here on The Female Solution. It is 7:12 a.m. Time for your morning inspiration, in which I will be reading from Inspirational Conversations with Volume 2, Shalom with Israel, a.k.a. ZeldaSpeaks. And I'm reading from January 11th. It says, I used to think that teachers did the teaching and students did the learning. But it's quite the opposite. Our students at higherlearningnetwork.org have taught us to see things differently. As adults, we are older and sometimes wiser and see things from our life experiences. Often our students haven't had the same experiences and don't know the challenges that lie ahead of them. Students also haven't formed opinions based on past experiences because they don't know any better. Adults have to let students experience life from their own journey. So the next time a student wants to do something, you know from your own experience won't work, let them do it anyway. As long as it causes no harm, that's the best way to learn. Life experiences. Life is a journey, and not all journeys are the same. Special thanks to our interns, Catherine Todd, Darius Richardson, Ciara Joyner, Adrian Jordan, Jasmine Jones, Robert Kitchens, and Tanisha. And those are just a few of the interns at the higherlearningnetwork.org. And that's from Inspirational Conversations with Shalom with Yisrael, aka ZeldaSpeaks, available at ZeldaSpeaks.com. And it is now time for your Monday morning mindfulness meditation, in which we do a breathing exercise, so that in times of chaos and confusion, when you are challenged, you can practice this and save yourself a whole lot of drama, because it is the drama that destabilizes the body, and we want to stabilize the body. So we begin a breathing process in the morning, loosening up those joints, putting our hands above our head, and sitting up straight in our chair, and giving thanks for the power of the breath, because someone somewhere is unable to breathe on their own. And look at you, breathing all on your own. How about that? So let us become still, feet flat on the floor. Nothing in our hands, nothing in our laps. Closing our eyes. You should not be looking at me, but the inside of your eyelids. They should be. That's the only thing that you should be seeing, is your eyelids. Okay, are you ready? So we're going to inhale to the count of 5. You're going to hold it, and then you're going to exhale. And we're going to repeat that process over and over. Now, that first inhale that you take, be sure you're breathing through the nose. Because when you breathe through the nose, chances are you will breathe just a little bit deeper. So when you breathe in from the stomach, I want to feel that stomach expand. And you're bringing all that air up from the stomach through your throat, your nose. And you can just feel the vibrations in the body. And it's all about vibration. So let us begin this experience together as we inhale deeply to the count of 5. Hold it. And exhale. That wasn't deep enough. Let's try it again. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And exhale. Oh, yes, I felt that one. Let's do that again. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Are you beginning to feel the body calm down? Yes, let's do that again. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Just marinate in that breath, and the love and the light and the energy in that breath. Let's breathe in again. Inhale deeply. Once more, inhale deeply. And exhale. Oh, it feels so good. As you continue to inhale and exhale, giving thanks for the power of the breath, because you are one of the fortunate ones who are still here on the planet with more of a life lesson to live, to learn, to laugh, to share, and to do as we inhale deeply. Giving thanks for the power of the breath as we send light and love and energy to each and every part of the body, beginning at the top of the head, Giving thanks as we breathe in and breathe out, sending that light and love and energy down through the face to the shoulders as we inhale deeply. And as we exhale, sending more love, light, and energy down through the chest, the solar plexus, the sides, and the back as we breathe in. And as we breathe out, sending more love and light and energy down to the lower extremities of the body, the hips, the knees, the legs, the ankles, the arches. Ah, yes, sending love, sending light, sending energy and good vibrations on down to the ankles and the toes. Wiggle those toes. And take a long, deep inhale, bringing that breath and the energy from the toes back up through the feet. Inhale deeply. Feeling that energy rise back up through the legs and the knees. And yes, those glorious knees as we rub those knees or the parts of the body that is begging for our attention as we inhale deeply. And giving thanks for the energy that we continue to bring up back through the thighs and the buttocks and the back. And we give thanks. As we massage the lower back, as it is often in an incorrect position, and we give thanks for a spine that keeps the body aligned despite our posture. As of right now, we are aware of our posture as we are sitting up straight, and we inhale deeply, bringing that energy back up to the back and to the back of the shoulders as we begin to caress those shoulders. We're loosening up the tight muscles and the ligaments and the tendons and bringing that energy back up through the back of the neck where the vagus nerve is, rubbing on that neck, squeezing that neck, releasing that tension, resisting, letting go of the tension, massaging the neck and the back, and just simply giving thanks. We are at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing as we give thanks. Yes. Massage that tension on out of the neck as we inhale deeply. Sending light and love and energy back up to the head, to the top of the head. We give thanks as we take one more long, deep inhale deeply. Hold it, sitting up straight as we bring our head forward, chin to chest, slowly rotating the head around to the left, slowly, feeling the stretch. Slow down, you're moving too fast. You should just be getting to the back and slightly around to the right and slowly bringing that head back front and center. Head up, inhale deeply. And bringing the head back down, chin to chest, slowly rotating the head to the right. Slowly. And slowly rotating the head to the left. Slowly bringing the head back around front and center, chin to chest. Head up, inhale deeply. And exhale. Once more. Inhale deeply. And exhale. And we give thanks for the power of the breath. Because it is the breath that sends light, love, energy, and good vibes to all the organs in the body, beginning with the brain. As we inhale and exhale, continuing the process of sending more love and light and energy to the heart, we give thanks. Putting your hand on your heart, feel that heart beating? You didn't even think about it because you just knew it was beating. And we give thanks. We acknowledge the heart this morning. Because when the heart is not working, chances are nothing else will work. So with a big heart, we give thanks for the power of the heart as it continues to pump blood, life, and life force and an energy like never before, because we're learning to trust the heart as we move on down to the gut, as we trust the gut, because there lies all the answers to all of our questions. As we inhale deeply and exhale. As we continue to breathe in and breathe out, giving thanks for the power of all of our organs, our liver, our lungs, our spleen, our spine, as we inhale deeply, our pancreas, liver, and our gallbladder. Because you know, a few of us might eat a few too many fried foods and got a gallbladder. I'm just saying. Inhale deep and exhale. Doesn't that feel good? Yes, it does. Ladies and gentlemen, as you marinate in the breath of this harmonious body that you have been blessed with, you give thanks for all of the systems that are working on your behalf and that you don't even know about. Including all the little parasites running around in the body that move so slow you don't even know they're there. But they're parasites. They're there and they're waiting for you. But you can get rid of them too. It's a process. You got to go back and listen to Health and Wellness with Viata. Did you hear Friday's show, Health and Wellness with Viata? Go back and listen to it. It's in the archives, how to get rid of those parasites that you don't even know you have. But there's millions of them. As we inhale deeply, hold it, and exhale. We give thanks for the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles, the fibers, the trillions and trillions of cells that are working on our behalf. And all we have to do is show up and breathe as we inhale deeply and exhale. And just marinate in that for just a moment, won't you? Experience in the quiet, just sitting to see what that feels like. And that is your Monday morning mindfulness meditation, and which you can share with someone, and you can practice this on your own wherever you are. If you are attacked or mentally or physically, and you not quite sure what to do, you simply breathe in. And this time you don't hold it, you breathe out through your mouth, not your nose. And if you got a little funk, a little stank on your breath, they'll back up. I promise you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your Monday morning mindfulness meditation. And please share it with someone. And go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. And this will be on my YouTube channel, which is ZeldaSpeaks. So please subscribe there as well as our YouTube channel, Higher Learning TV Show. Thank you so much for that experience. I hope that this is something that you can practice on your own, in your own time, because you will be challenged. We're living in challenging times. And if you don't practice it now, while you don't really have to, it will just make your life a whole lot easier when you do have to. Okay? So it is 7:27. I want to thank you for enjoying the Monday morning mindfulness meditation, and know that you have the power, because we have been giving our power away for some time now. We've been giving it to our attention to everything and everyone outside of ourselves, when in reality, we got the answers. We're trusting outside sources with our health. Until today, not anymore. Because we have the power of choice. We have decided that we, you and me, we are in control of what happens to this body. I am an advocate for trusting my gut. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm simply telling you what I do. And what I'm about to do now is be joined by the Stone Pharmacist. Good morning, Attia Gray. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I love that great big old smile early in the morning. I love it. You are so like your mom. We're going to talk about your mom in a second. So we'll talk about it now. For those who don't know, Kitten Cat Gray, who is a fellow roller skater. We skate in Glenwood, Markham, wherever there's a roller rink, Indiana, doesn't matter, wherever there's a rink, we'll be there. And I didn't know, you, Attia, you are a third generation skater. I didn't know that. Your mom was a skater, your grandma's a skater, and you're a skater. I never knew 3 generations of skaters. How did that happen? When did you start skating?
I started skating really young. Like, I can't remember never not skating. Honestly, growing up, always every weekend, I was at Markham Roller Rink skating.
Really? As a kid? Yeah. I didn't start till I was almost 40. Lord have mercy. I feel rejected. I was skating as a kid. Oh my goodness. Well, somebody had to have some fun. Not everybody could go to the skating rink. Anywho, thank you so much for joining us this morning here on The Female Solution. We're going to take our first commercial break, so you stay close and we will be right back. And we're going to talk to Attia Gray, the Stone Pharmacist. What's a Stone Pharmacist? Well, hey, stay close. You'll soon find out.
What happens when a group of people are kidnapped from their homes, smuggled away in chains, and held captive in a foreign land where they are tortured, raped, and forced to perform hard labor by the lash of a whip and under the constant threat of death? Slavery, the African American trauma. What happens to doctors, writers, scientists, builders, educators, and spiritual leaders from Africa's golden age? Who did they really capture and sell into slavery? Are all African Americans suffering from psychic trauma because of a conspiracy to hide their true identities? Do you have psychic trauma? Take the test on page 22 of the book and see. Order it online today at www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com. And get your personally autographed copy of the book, Slavery, the African American Psychic
Trauma.
Are you constantly arguing with yourself? Are your children misbehaving and acting out? Someone in your family abusing drugs? Have you been victim of domestic violence? Are you grieving the loss of your loved one? Let us help you restore serenity to your life. At Serenity Family Social Services, we understand that good mental health is a result of emotional well-being. Our goal is to assist you and your family in removing emotional distress and restoring harmony and balance to your lives. We offer individual, couples, and family counseling. I'm Howard Williams, CEO of Serenity Family Social Services. Call us today at 312-315-4820. That's 312-315-4820.
Do you want to live in a world without war? Join our global peace movement. Helping culture, world peace, and restoration of life transcend culture, religion, ideology, and other boundaries to achieve peaceful harmony in the global society. HWPL is committed to bringing world peace and cessation of war through peaceful dialogue between religious groups. I'm Director Shinsuke of HWPL Chicago branch of North America. Join us at chicagohwpl@gmail.com.
Go get stoned. I do not own the rights to this music. Let's go get stoned. In case y'all don't know who that is. Let's go get stoned. I'm gonna keep my day job. Let's go get stoned. Yeah, so why not get stoned? We got the stone doctor right here, the stone pharmacist in the house. Hey, that would be Attia Gray, girlfriend. Let me tell you, when I saw what you were doing, and I didn't bring not a stone. Well, I do have one stone on this morning. What is this? It's purple.
It looks like amethyst.
I think it is. Yeah, that's my favorite stone. But you showed me a stone. First of all, let's get into you, who you are and how you came to be. Because when I first saw this, I said, "How old is she? What? A stone pharmacist?" Okay. Because when I think pharmacy, I think of, prescription pills. I don't think of a regular, if there is such a thing as a regular. I don't think. Oh, go ahead. Say what now?
Oh, no, I was agreeing with you. I don't think about that as well. When I think of a pharmacy, I think of pills. And that's what I was kind of leaning into when I wanted to create my store and coming up with a name. I wanted something that would make you automatically think, okay, this is where I go to get what I need to heal. But this is a more natural way.
Yes. And I love that, because there is so much fakeness, is that a word to use?
It's a word today.
Okay. So to have someone of your generation come to the table with this kind of information, I was in awe. So I was like, girl, send me a bio. Let me read a little something here. Attia Gray, better known as the Stone Pharmacist, is bringing natural healing to her community through stones and crystals. Born and raised in the suburbs of Chicago, Attia realized that her path was unlike most. She was always enamored with holistic living and getting back to her roots. Over the years, as her knowledge grew, she realized, what good is this information if I'm not actively sharing it with others? I commend you for that, girl. This mindset is what pushed her to cultivate the environment where people could not only gain knowledge, but be able to find the products to implement that knowledge as well. In 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, she decided it was time to finally jumpstart her business. Congratulations, kudos, because so many people complain. You were the one of the ones who didn't and did something with that time. She started her business, the Stone Pharmacy, which focuses on providing healing stones and crystals at affordable prices. Because, girl, they are outrageous, the prices. So thank you for that. That's how I know you're serious, because you're not charging everybody arm and leg. Because we won't even get into that. That's another show. The store the store prides itself in leaving no gaps, always making sure to provide individuals with a deeper understanding. All stones listed on the site are accompanied with description of their benefits, making it easy for customers to tap into what they need specifically. Now, the Stone Pharmacy is not only geared towards providing stones and crystals, it is also a spiritual supply store. Oh, I like that. I never even heard a spiritual supply store. Really? Yeah, a spiritual supply store. I like that. Featured in the store are supplies and accessories to assist in amplifying each individual's natural powers. Yes, I love this. By educating on the benefits, she hopes to impact the lives and elevate the consciousness of all. And all of that information is at thestonepharmacy.com. And on Instagram, she's Stone Pharmacist. Welcome back to the show where you never left. Welcome to the Female Solution. Attia Gray. Yay! Attia. You know, that sounds like a commercial that every time my husband hears, he starts clapping really, really hard. And I was like, Tony, this is not the time, baby. We'll do that another time. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, our very own Attia Gray. I love the fact that you took time to listen, because not everyone knows how to listen. Listening is a gift. And you have that gift. So thank you for sharing that gift with us this morning.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
When your mom told me about the stones, she was like, because Kitten always has the store, and she's in, the jewelry and the head wrap. I rocked the wrap 101. Let her know I rocked the wrap for her this morning.
Tuned in. She sees you.
Oh, does she? Okay, I gotta go to the comments in a minute. Hey, Kit Kat Gray, I'll see you in Glenwood tomorrow. Hopefully, if your overload is not too much, I hope to see you. But I want you to share with us. You and your mom travel a lot too. Did you pick up stones along the way, and from some of those faraway places? Because you showed me a stone. I went to your website immediately, the Stone Pharmacist, Pharmacy. And I saw this stone and I was like, oh, I've never seen that one before. And I had a book on stones. Don't know where the book is, but I got you. So who cares about books?
So actually, I have not. Okay, actually, no, I have gotten one stone. And when I was in Thailand, I bought a elephant necklace that was jade and also a bracelet that was jade as well. But in my future travels, I am going to bring stuff back for the store. So I'm excited to get back to traveling when this quarantine and COVID and everything is over.
I know. It's like, when can we leave? Doesn't mom have a trip planned for Ghana?
She has a Ghana trip in, I think, October, and then an Egypt trip in November, or is vice versa.
Okay. Whatever one it is, I want to go because I'm ready to get up out of here. Oh, I think everybody is.
Yeah.
What's your favorite stone?
I think that my favorite by far probably is black tourmaline.
Really? And why?
Because it's a protectant. So I think that just being a woman in America in general, we always have to be on high alert. So black tourmaline is a great protectant. I carry it with me in my purse everywhere I go. So I know that I'm keeping my energy in a space where I can feel protected, and also like warding off any bad energy that may be trying to come and harm.
I have two little black. I had four. I gave two of them away. They're real little. Is that and it's black? Is that it?
It could have been. It could have been.
I meant to grab it when I came in here, but I'll get it at a commercial break because I want you to see it. But this is the one. Can you see that?
Oh yes, I can see that. That is citrine.
Citrine. I'd never seen that before. And you said protect ourselves. What are we protecting ourselves from? I know, but everybody else may not know.
So we can first think of the basic protectants, harm to our body, harm to our person, but we also need to be protecting ourselves spiritually against mind attacks, against any bad energy that anybody may have towards you, or thoughts they may be thinking about you. That can all come back and affect you in your day.
So we are the company that we keep.
Yes. And even the company you don't keep.
Wow.
People who are out there thinking about you in bad ways, that can still come and affect you, whether you know them or not. And that's why social media can be dangerous at times if you aren't protecting yourself.
Yes. And I wonder how many people who are on social media are sitting at their computers or their phones and have stones around them. I wonder.
Probably not many.
Yeah. Well, hopefully after today's show, that will change, because stones are from the earth.
Yes.
And it's Earth's energy. And you need Earth's energy around you, because we live in, what do they call this, concrete jungle that we live in. Our feet don't touch natural earth. We don't put our hands in the dirt. You know, our kids they're always in the dirt, and they stay dirty, and their feet are always dirty because they're in the dirt. They know something that we don't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know it, we've just forgotten it.
Yeah, it's that natural instinct.
Yes.
Mhm.
Were you one of those kids running around with your feet out all the time?
Oh yes, every summer my feet be on the ground. I'm a very avid grounder.
Notice she said grounding. Tell us what that means.
Grounding means basically connecting yourself and your energy to the earth's energy. And we are of this planet, so we need to connect with it as much as we can. Yep. So basically you can do that by standing in the grass, laying in the grass. And I know a lot of times we get caught up on the dirt and the bugs, even myself on the bugs.
And the poop. Don't forget the poop.
Right. It's a lot, but it's really important for your energy and for yourself. Even your health is important for.
Yes. I was listening to a program. It was probably here on the Female Solution with Health and Wellness with Beata. Her show comes on Friday morning, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. One of the things that she talked about was the grounding of the body and how the spine, when you sit in the grass, that might have been Brother Kwame Sunhorse from Georgia who said that. I'm not sure, but I know I heard it on her show. Mm-hmm. The spine is aligned with the electricity of our bodies, with the electrical currents that are in the ground. And when we sit there on a blanket, because there's some poop in the grass, you allow yourself that opportunity for 20 minutes to reconnect to the life force in the earth that is the same life force that's in our bodies. What's been your biggest challenge in this journey of stone or stoning or earthing?
I think that the biggest challenge has been putting things together. It's not hard to get the information and to share it. It's not hard to get, finding a good source was a hard thing to do because there are a lot of fake stones out there that people sell.
Oh.
It took me time to make sure I had reliable sources. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. So like if you go to Ross or something and you buy stones, they probably are not real stones.
Go to who?
Ross. Yeah, they're selling stones at Ross and Marshalls and TJ Maxx now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't trust it. But
let the record show. We are not condemning anyone. We just don't believe it.
Right. It's just
really, they're selling them as accessories. So it's jewelry to them.
Jewelry. So, I mean, and it's not bad that people wear it as jewelry because that is a good way to make sure it's with you and it's on your body. But I think that it's becoming more of a fad. And so that's why fake stones are being produced.
Ah, okay. Yeah. And if you're not on a serious journey of loving yourself and learning how to increase your health benefits through the stones, then you're just buying an accessory. Because we really need to take the time to find out what specific stone does what. Give us an example. What are your most requested stones? Like this, the one that I have, this citrine. Orange is yellow to translucent. I'd never seen this. And I have a book on stones. I never seen this one. Tell us about citrine, seeing that it's out of stock.
So citrine is, since I've been selling, citrine has been the main thing that people have bought. And it's like something, when you choose your stones, you choose what you are most attracted to. So a lot of people have needed citrine. And citrine is a protectant as well. And I can't completely think of more, but I know that it is something that we all need.
There's a green one, and wait, let me back up for a second. And that citrine is protection for the body, and I'm sorry, repeat that.
And the mind.
And the mind. Okay, explain that. and the mind. Explain that.
Protecting your mind, you have to stay in a positive space. So a lot of times these stones make sure they kind of radiate with your energy. Like we were talking about grounding, that you connect to your stones and they keep you on track as well.
What's your favorite stone?
My favorite stone is the black tourmaline. The protectant, but I also, well, the main three stones that I think are important to have are selenite, black tourmaline, and clear quartz. So we're protecting, well, tourmaline protecting, clear quartz cleansing, and then selenite charging.
Say that last one again.
Charge, protect, and cleanse. Selenite, black tourmaline, and clear quartz.
Do you have samples of those that we can see, or we need to go to the website to see that?
I think I actually do have a couple. If I could just step away real fast and grab.
While you're doing that, I will remind our listening and viewing audience, if you are just joined in this morning, we are live with the Stone Pharmacist. I never heard of such a thing. The Stone Pharmacist? Yes. And you can go to her website, thestonepharmacist.com. And she's back to show us some stones, what they look like and what they do.
Okay. So the first one I was talking about, the selenite. This is selenite. This is great for cleansing.
Oh.
Great for cleansing.
Cleansing anything in particular? How do you spell selenite?
It's Selenite.
I'm sorry, Selenite.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good for cleansing. And what, anything in particular?
Oh, actually, selenite is the charger. No, it's the cleanser. It's the cleanser.
Cleansing. Okay.
Hairs crossed.
Lots of times stones do multiple things. So yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to get your hairs crossed.
Okay.
And then this is black tourmaline, the main
one. That's the one I got.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's good for charging, did you say?
Protecting.
For protecting. That's why I always have that in my pocket.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
And the last one is clear quartz.
Clear quartz. Mm-hmm. And that's good for
cleansing.
Cleansing. And when I'm sorry?
Charging.
Oh, charging. Now, what would you be charging? Or what needs to be charged?
So a lot of people don't know that when you buy stones, you have to clean them and you also got to charge them back up with the good energy.
Really?
Clear quartz is really good for helping you to charge yourself as well as charge your other stones.
Yeah. Okay. So you can actually put the stones together?
Yes, it's actually really good to keep all of your stones together or bring them together at times, especially to clean them. So, yeah.
And what do you clean them with?
There's 4 main ways that I would recommend to clean your stones. You can sage them or use Palo Santo or what's the other one? Palo Santo and
Spell that what you just said.
Oh, PALO space SANTO.
Okay, and I'm going to put that in the comments.
Yes.
We need to be able to clean our stones.
Yes. And the other one is camphor. You can also use camphor. It's good for cleansing as well, burning it.
You said camphor?
Yes.
Is that CAMPHOR?
I think it's PHER.
PHER. I want to put this in the notes here. We need to clean our stones regularly with sage. I have some sage, which I have not used, so I think I will. And some PALO Palo dash Santo. I never heard of that. What is Santo? What is that?
Palo Santo is basically a tree.
Oh,
And it is basically used the same way that sage is used. It's really just a difference of culture. With camphor as well, just a difference of culture.
oh, okay. And
A lot of times I think that society has gotten stuck up on sage, but we got to remember that there are other cleansers as well.
okay, wow. See, I did not know that.
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot about
But,
the sage. I didn't know that. I've got this I went to, where did I go? Nauvoo, Illinois.
I've never heard of Nauvoo.
I'd never heard of it either till I got there about 3 months ago. And that's where I got my stones at. And that's why I walked into this shop and I see all these stones, and it's like it was a kid in a candy store. And I found some bracelets too. And I was like, oh, I love this place.
Those are cute.
And thank you. And the stones, it was such a serene feeling to have all of Earth's nature in your environment, because there's so much, I hate to use the word fake. Unnatural is a better word. How about that?
Speak on it.
Yeah. There's so much unnaturalness in our environment. We've got to include some plants and some dirt and some flowers and some stones and some things of that nature if we want to continue to grow spiritually, as you said, because I didn't think of it like that. But yeah, I guess so. Yeah. And now I know what to do with that sage, Palo Santo, and camphor. How are you so young, knowing so much at such a young age? I just love it.
I think a lot of my life I spent trying to figure out what's my hobby. Every time people would ask me, what's your hobbies? What do you do? What do you like to do? I'm like, I don't know. I never had an answer for that question. And spirituality and natural healing kind of just found me. And I realized that's my hobby, learning different things about what you can do to better yourself.
Okay, I didn't look at it that way. See that? What I read this morning from Inspirational Conversations, I said I in the back of my mind, I was always thinking that in a school, a formal setting or informal, the teachers are the teachers. Teachers are not the teachers. Teachers are the students. They just don't know it. That was a lesson I had to learn. I am honored to have you on the show. If you just tuned in this morning, you are listening to Attia Gray, the Stone Pharmacist, and you can go to her website, thestonepharmacy.com. And we're talking about the benefits of having stones in your life and how they can just make your life so much more wonderful and you just feel so much better. So if you want to call in at 515-605-9325, press 1 to speak. You got to press 1, otherwise I won't know that you want to speak, and you'll just be like, why won't she take my phone call? Well, you got to press 1. People text me all the time, why don't you press it? Look, I say it all the time. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. I think people think I'm just reading just for the hell of it, just to be reading. No, I'm reading with a purpose. So if you want to get on the show this morning, you've got to press 1. Now I have to ask you, what stones do you use most and why?
Honestly, probably those 3: that selenite, that black tourmaline, and that clear quartz.
Okay.
Are my main stones because they all 3 help to amplify other ones.
Okay.
And also jade. I do use a lot of jade.
Oh, that's my favorite of all times is jade. Yes, I love me some jade. Oh my goodness. What is it that you think most people love about jade? And why are we so in love with jade? Why is that?
I think that we're attracted, of course, to the color, but it also gives us a sense of calmness. Yeah, I think that's why people are attracted to it. Because I know that every time I wear my jade throughout the day, I stay calm, I stay level-headed, and it's like nobody can kind of break that barrier and get me out of my character.
Okay. As long as you have some with your something with a stone on it. Now tell me this, because you are of the millennial generation. What are your thoughts as to what transpired over this past week, last Wednesday, with the state capitol? How could that have been different?
So I'm gonna start by saying this. I do not watch much news because I think that a lot of the stuff that's going on, it does not directly affect my life. Even with
Mm,
Trump becoming president, I was never really phased because majority of what he's going to be doing is not directly affecting my life.
mm,
So it's crazy what was going on. I was definitely on Twitter seeing all the memes, and it was funny. But I think that's another part of protecting your energy, not
mm.
watching the craziness, not allowing yourself to get drawn into that because it makes you nervous.
Yes. And when you are in the company of other nervous people, you do as other people do. So you're not protected because you haven't taken the time to sit back and think, is this going to be something good I need to do?
Mhm.
Or am I just doing it because this is what the crowd is doing?
Living in that fear.
Oh, listen to my young one teach. Living in fear. We're going to talk more about that fear when we come back from our next commercial break. So you stay close. If you just joined the conversation, 515-605-9325, press 1 to speak. And we will take your call as soon as we come back. And you stay close. We'll be right back.
Spiritual counseling advisor. Give me one. To a private reading in the area of business, health, finances, relationships. My introductory cost of $20. Please call because there is a higher power that can help you. 312-802-4743. Peace and blessings to you all. Call me. 312-802-4743. Hi, I'm Naima Latif. Join me and my co-host Kareem Hamid every Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the Female Solution Radio Show, as we explore that relationship that is the foundation for our society, the relationship between men and women, husbands and wives. In our discussion, as we seek to repair broken family ties and rebuild our community.
Plus, real fast.
At www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution. Call in and comment 515-205-9325. Press 1 to speak to our host. Or you can join us live on Facebook at www.facebook.com/the-female-solution.
I'm over here like.
Have you ever dreamed of going
Mute
to
your mic.
exotic places, meeting fascinating people, enjoying uplifting music, and spending nights in a luxurious hotel? Do you look forward to a relaxing vacation where you can walk along the beach or sit in a quiet park and enjoy the sunset or sunrise? Whether you're flying around the world or driving across the country, we will share travel tips that will help you stay safe while you enjoy the journey. Join me every third Saturday of the month, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, and move around with Deborah here on the Female Solution Show. Call in and comment 515-605-9325 and press 1 to speak. About finances, family, health, job, relationships? Are you in pain? Do you feel stuck? If you answer yes to any of these questions, help is available. Don't worry, you're not alone. It's part of the human process. You only feel this way because you haven't mastered the voices in your head. No hype, just down to earth, solid, workable tools and techniques that you can practice daily. It's really food for the soul. Whether you want to learn how not to worry about anything, reverse type 2 diabetes, publish your book, promote the product or service, or just make extra money. Take advantage of the deal of the day. Go to ZeldaSpeaks.com or call 212-409-6619. Mention promo code A Female Solution and get free shipping. That's ZeldaSpeaks.com or 312-409-6619. Stop worrying today. Visit ZeldaSpeaks.com.
Let's go get stoned. I do not own the rights to this music. Let's go get stoned. In case y'all don't know who that is, that's Ray Charles. Let's go get stoned. Oh, let's go get stoned. That's Ray Charles, ladies and gentlemen. Now, wait a minute. Yes. That's Attia Gray. The Stone Pharmacist is in the house. Welcome back. Hallelujah. Thank you so much, Attia Gray. We got calls. Girl, the switchboard is lit up. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. If you would like to ask our guest a question or a comment this morning, 469-545. You are live on the Female Solution, Grand Rising. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what's your comment or question for our host today?
Is that me?
Yes, Grand Rising. Who's this?
Hey, my name is Amir Gray.
Amir! Yay! How you doing, darling?
I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
We're wonderful. Thank you so much for calling in this morning. Who might Amir Gray be? Are you the tuba player?
Yes, I am.
I thought so.
I play tuba, I rap, I sing, I do some other stuff. But yeah, I just called in to see about stones. I heard y'all talk about stones. I want to learn more. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what have you found in your journey of playing instruments? Are those, is a tuba, is that a wind instrument?
Yeah, I play tuba. I also play trumpet. And I just got a new record that came out too on Christmas Day.
Say that last part again.
I just got a new record that came out on Christmas Day.
Really? Did you say you just had a new record that came out Christmas Day?
Yep.
And what record is that? Can you share that information with us?
Yeah, so if you're talking about me as an artist, I go by Tubad. It's Tubad. And it's on Spotify. It's on Spotify. It's on Tidal. It's on Apple Music. It's called The Warm Up. And so but yeah, it's all positive music. It's hip hop and jazz together, and it's all about positive stuff, talking about what's going on in our society right now and the issues in the Black community too. You know.
Okay, now spell your name again. Tubad. Too Bad. And what's the name of the song?
The name of the record is called The Warm Up.
The Warm Up.
Mm.
I am going to put The Warm Up and that is available on what platforms? Oh, all streaming services. By Tubad. Say that again.
Or you can buy them on website. Tubad online. That's Tubad online.
Tubadonline.com. Tubadonline.com. Are you a stone wearer?
Not yet. I'm trying to learn about it.
Well, you are at the right place. What is your favorite color? Would that help at all, Attia?
It could. It could definitely play a part.
Really?
Because, I mean, you would be attracted to your favorite color. Although picking your stones, you're attracted to what you need. You also
Okay.
can be attracted to your favorite color.
Now, would musicians have it? Would that be the criteria for anyone, or yeah? Would it?
Yeah, that would be the criteria for anyone. For musicians, I would definitely do a lot with protecting your energy, being around a lot of people.
Mm.
So that goes
Yeah.
back to that.
So what stone would that be? Would you suggest?
I would say going back to that black tourmaline,
Yeah, that black tourmaline.
a real major protectant.
I'm so glad you said that because I had not. I bought it, and I guess sometimes when you change purses or bags or you leave things behind, and I just noticed it the other day, and I was like, "Wow, I hadn't seen you in like a week. Where you been?" And it's like it just jumped out at me. I'm like, "Where'd this come from?" Out of nowhere. So that let me knew that I was about to engage in some kind of activity where I needed that protection because I hadn't seen it in over a week. I'd forgotten about it. Wow, that's powerful. So too bad. We strongly suggest that you go and get some tourmaline. Am I saying that right?
Black tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
Yep.
Can't read my own handwriting. Tourmaline. Oh, thank you so much. So you be sure and go to the stonepharmacy.com and check it out, okay?
I'm gonna check it out. I got you.
All right, and we thank you, and we will definitely be going to what was that site again? I wrote it down here. TooBadOnline.com.
Yeah, TooBadOnline.com. That's TooBadOnline.com.
Okay, let me show that right now. The warm up is a new song by Too Bad. It's available at TooBadOnline.com. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Too Bad Online. You a bad mama jam. I wish you could play something for us this morning, but I love it. I love it.
Let's do that another morning.
Okay, yeah. Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much for calling. We greatly appreciate that. So you be sure and get you some tourmaline for protection. And you go to thestonepharmacy.com. So thank you so much for calling. Too Bad. We appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
All right. You have a great day, dear. And be sure and like and share this video, this show with others who may be interested, who could benefit from the wearing of stones. Remember I told you I went to Nauvoo, Illinois? That's where I had this spiritual experience. I forgot, what was it called? When you go in a tent and it's dark. I can't even think of what it's called. Oh my goodness. Brother Naima, where you at? Y'all know sometimes I have brain freezes in the morning. I can't think. But it was a spiritual experience. And part of that spiritual experience were I saw stones everywhere. So that let me know that I was at the right place at the right time doing the right thing. Did you have any kind of spiritual experience you think that made you become aware of stones and the benefits that they have to offer?
I would mostly say that my spiritual experience was seeing angel numbers. Seeing those angel numbers and the things that I would be thinking about at those times kind of led me down my path. Like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is a reminder, a nudge to keep at it.
Naima Latif said the sweat lodge. Thank you, Naima. Appreciate that. That was the spiritual experience that we had. Yeah, it was a sweat lodge. They have them every year, or sometimes there's one in Georgia going on now. I think it was there. But there's a brother from Georgia that calls in, and he facilitates. His name is Brother Kwame Sunhorse, and he facilitates these sweat lodges. And We were in Nauvoo, Illinois, which is about 3 hours, I think, 3.5 hours from Chicago, south of here. And it was such an experience. I think the world needs to know about sweat lodges because it not only it purifies, it purifies the body, mind, and spirit.
That makes me think about a place in Niles, Illinois called King Spa. And
Oh, yes.
yeah, they have all those different rooms. Is it like that?
My sister told me about it. I have not been there yet, and I wonder if they're still going on right about now. Yeah. But
yeah,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
it's been taking me for years. So
Wow, your mom is so enlightening. She came and showed her face for a hot second and left. I wish you had been on the camera, and not while we were in a commercial break. but I know she's busy. What has that done for you? You talk about the spa. What is that experience like? How does it make a difference in the quality of your life?
honestly, it brings me back to ground, to level one, back to myself. Anything that I may have been holding on to, it being in those sweat lodges around the different crystals, because depending on which one you go in, they have different crystals or different stones in them. So being in that space, it is like a 100 times amplifier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That space makes a place in your heart, in your spirit, in your being that opens you up to the possibilities of some answers that you may have been seeking.
Yes, it getting in tune with that personal power and amplifying it.
Have you noticed a difference in personal power in adults of my generation as opposed to adults of your generation? Have you noticed a difference in the energy?
I definitely do. And I feel like that goes for anyone, because I know that you saw a difference in energy from your parents. And I feel like as the years go on and the generations come, we get more open to different mindsets and to different understandings. So I think every time that a new generation comes up, they're just bringing more understanding and more thought to everyone.
Now, like with your generation, this is something that I've noticed because it has made me aware of how old-fashioned I am sometimes in my thinking, and that's because of the generational differences. And though, especially as it relates to body exposure, like what's the big girl's name? Issa Rae or something like that.
Issa Rae?
Yeah, is that her name? Issa Rae or something like the big girl who showed her booty.
Lizzo.
What's it? Oh, Lizzo. See, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Lizzo. How there is there's no body shame. I love that. Because we were raised, my generation, we're my 65, we were raised that you don't show certain things. You don't show no cleavage, you don't show your arms, and you damn sure ain't showing no belly. You better have a long dress on. So the fact that this generation just lets it all hang out, and I mean, especially big girls. I got a midriff and I'm loving it. And if you don't love it, that's on you, because I love it.
I think that it is great that people are accepting their bodies.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's also a time and a place always.
Yeah. There's a time and a place for everything. And everything, I don't care, body shame or not, there's a time and a place for everything. Everybody don't need to see everything. Because this is all we have. This is the temple. This is the only thing that we have control of. And we allow outside forces to come into our being and move us around and tell us what it is we need to do, say, think, drink, act, shoot, whatever. Smoke, snort, ingest, digest, vaccinate, with everything.
That's social media.
Yeah.
And the news.
So I have to, what does your generation think? But your generation does not necessarily know, because my generation has not been that great at sharing past trials and tribulations. What does your generation think of the ongoing instruction of we need to be vaccinated? What are your thoughts on that?
I think that people in my generation are not going for it. I know that I'm personally reluctant. So I think that a lot of us are kind of getting in that woke mindset and thinking about things, not just taking what's given to us, actually thinking about, what are you telling me? What are the facts? What's the information? What do you not want me to see about it? And making choices for myself.
So if you just say you have to go to work this morning and you got there and they wouldn't let you in because you didn't have proof of that you needed to be working, that showed that you did not, or you were not ready to participate in what they say you need to do, how would you handle that?
I guess I'm going home. I guess I'm going home. And this is something I really thought about. And that's why it's important that we start our own businesses, so that we don't have to count on others. You are self-sufficient, and nobody can determine what you are doing with your life. So get home on the stonepharmacy.com, getting these stones out to everybody.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because my generation was not taught that. My generation was go to school, get a good education so you can get you a good job, so you can make some good money. All of that was a lie. You got education. I don't know. This is Monday morning mindfulness. Let me keep it clean. The education that we got was to keep us in the mindset of an employee, not an employer. So reading and writing and arithmetic, learn how to do what they want us to do, to work in a system they design, not the stone pharmacist, not the home, whatever it is that you want to do, but to do what they want you to do. I learned that in radio. My first year out of college, I'm thinking I'm gonna go make, $500,000 on the next time joiner. Females, we don't even get that, and then we don't even get half sometimes of what they get. What men get. So I learned very quickly that the chart that they gave us, the radio personalities, producers, managers, traffic, all those salaries that they showed us, all of that was a lie, especially as it relates to women. If you were a white man in radio, you would get that. But if you was a black woman, if you was black period, forget about it. 515-605-9325, press 1 to speak. We've got a few more minutes. We got about 8 more minutes because I know you got to leave at 8:30. 773-737. You are live on the Female Solution, Grand Rising. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what's your comment for our guest, Attia Gray?
Well, hallelujah, greetings.
That's Mama D.
Yeah.
Grand Rising, Mama D.
Grand Rising.
I was just listening to you talk about your generation. Well, I'm a generation before you.
Yes, ma'am.
Guess what? We had mini skirts.
Mini skirts.
And hip huggers.
And hip huggers. I remember that.
Right. So I think that we threw some of that body shame to the women. Maybe it was because we was woke. We wore different hairstyles and the music was different. But if you really want to get down, go back to the Roaring 20s.
Oh.
They were dropping. So I don't know what happened. Maybe you are a liberal generation and then you go into conservative, being more conservative, and then you go into something else. Maybe. I don't know. There's some zigzagging in and out. What do you think? But I wanted to ask you about this. In many decades ago, I went to a seminar, and they asked us to close our eyes, put out our hands, and think about our favorite color. And at the end of the day, when you were thinking about your favorite color, they couldn't push your hands back. Power in that. And if you wasn't thinking about your favorite color, the hand just went down.
Oh.
I found that absolutely fascinating. So I wanted to ask you, when you're talking about crystals and the different kind of colors and energy that they bring, if it's your power color, do you have power crystals or what? That's my question.
She said power crystals?
Power crystals, yeah. That was Wisdom with Mama D, which comes on 12 noon, 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Yeah, that's Mama D. That's my Mama D.
I would say probably a power crystal is that clear quartz. It's it encapsulates everything. If you don't got one stone, you better have you some clear quartz.
Oh. Okay.
It's very powerful. And I've never thinking about your favorite color and holding your hands out, that is so powerful because your mind is stronger than you know. And when your mind is at one, your body is at one as well.
You are absolutely right, young lady. I always keep going back to that novel experience I had because I witnessed some miracles there. There were 4 of us standing around a young lady who was sitting in a chair, and we all lifted her with these 2 fingers, actually 4 fingers, out of the chair. You know, that blew my mind.
Right.
So I was like, okay, you know, somebody who is not with much awareness would be like, you know, Twilight Zone, you know, what's going on up in here? We were hanging from the ceiling. Well, what's going on down here? But I was in the midst of company of those with a higher consciousness, and we did that. It freaked me out. I mean, it didn't freak me out, but it had me going like, huh? What? Really? Yeah. So yeah, the power of the mind is kind of special. Let's take another call. Thank you so much for calling, Mama D.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wisdom with Mama D every 4th Saturday, 12 noon until 4 p.m. Let's go to the phone line, 773-221. You're live on the Female Solution. Grand Rising, what's your name? Where you calling from? And what's your comment for our stone pharmacist, Attia Gray?
Yes, Andrew Nelson. I think that, actually, we've come up with several curricular things in terms of universal compulsory education. One of them is ontological mathematics, and that is something that I learned about just a few months ago on soul purpose healing, and it was the very thing I was looking for in terms of putting a name to this phenomenon of ontological mathematics. It's basically mathematics that deals with reality in people's lives, and what else would a person naturally be inclined to think about but mathematical computations that are germane to their very life and salvation and longevity and so forth. So my point is that I don't know what you were originally speaking about, but as soon as I called in just a few minutes ago, the thought came to mind that the writings of Pope Benedict XVI, who wrote extensively about moral relativism, is something that should be incorporated into universal compulsory education of the civilized to civilize the uncivilized. And I think that's very key. And for whatever it's worth, that's what the Moore Science Temple of America government is going to be, promulgating.
Okay, did you have a question for Attia at all? You just want to make that comment?
Your website, please.
Her website is the
thestonepharmacy.com.
Stone Pharmacy, PHARMACY.com is
No.
nope.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I keep calling you the Stone Pharmacist, but it's the Stone Pharmacy. Okay, thank you so much for calling in, Andrew. We're going to try to get in one more call because she has to leave in like 3 minutes. Area code 219-616. You're live on the Female Solution. You got about a minute here. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your comment? 219-616.
Yes, it's me. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. That sounds like Kitten Kat Gray.
Yes. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for the Stone Pharmacy with the Stone Pharmacist.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
For having this amazing side of mine. I just, honestly, guys, I just have to say, I thank God for allowing me to be the vessel to bring forth this beautiful human being. So, Stone
In case you all,
Pharmacist, can you hear me?
Attia, can you hear her?
Yeah, I can hear her.
She can hear you.
Okay, so I would like for you to share with them the experience of cleansing your stones with the moon.
Oh, yes. We did not get into that. That's another way of cleansing.
Cleansing your stone with the moon.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that.
Basically, what you do is you might sage your stones before. If you don't have sage, that's fine too. But sitting them outside where they can feel the moonlight and the moonlight can radiate onto them. And it's best to honestly do it during a full moon, but letting them get that moonlight is so powerful in cleansing them. The sun as well, but the moon, way more powerful.
Wow. I did not know that. So thank you, Kitten Kat Gray, for asking that question, for sharing that information. That's powerful. Had no idea. Wow.
Stones I sell also, I do that for them before I even send them out. I clean them all because I want to make sure my energy is off of it. Any other past energy is off of it before I give it to my customer.
Okay, now I have to ask a question. Why wouldn't you want your energy to be on it? I don't know, so I'm asking. Why wouldn't you not want your energy to be on it?
I got great energy, but I think that the stones are for the individual. So
okay, it's for
anybody's energy on them. That's your stone. So even when you get it from me, you still need to cleanse it. The mailman might have handled it.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Wow. Okay. Powerful. Well, we know it's 8:30 and you gotta go.
To add one more thing.
Go ahead.
He's gonna stay on 5 more minutes.
Okay. Well,
with you, I know at some point you brought up about the trips to Ghana and the trips to Egypt that we will be doing. And Attia is a part of those trips, and you will have a stone experience if you go with us in October to Egypt, or if you go with us to Ghana in November.
Okay.
And if anyone is interested in those trips, they can go to crownroyaltravel.com. That's CROWN Royale ROYALE travel TRAVEL.com. Yeah, and you will have an amazing experience with stones, as well as this summer we're going to do a few events that incorporate stones and healing.
That's Egypt and Ghana, right? EYGP and Ghana, GHA Ghana, with crownroyaltravel.com. That's crown CROWNROYALE travel.com.
Yes.
Did I spell Egypt wrong?
Yeah, you say EGY.
EYGP.
Oh, yeah, EYG.
Okay, so I just put that in the chat box as well, so that our viewing audience can see that. You got a few more minutes. Just hold on. We got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dr. CJ of Valona Health, where we combine orthopedic manual therapy and neuroscience to treat the whole person. Health tip for the day is keep it moving. Doesn't matter how, just keep it moving, doing something you enjoy. Walking, dancing, rolling on the floor with your dogs or kids, really anything. The body craves movement to keep the bones, joints, and the muscles happy. Even our mental health and internal organs and digestive system rely on our movement. Thanks for being a part of the Higher Learning Network and the Female Solution.
Hi, I'm Naima Latif. Join me and my co-host Kareem Hamid every Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the Female Solution Radio Show, as we explore that relationship that is the foundation for our society, the relationship between men and women, husbands and wives. Join our discussion as we seek to repair broken family ties and rebuild our community. Listen online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution. Call in and comment 515-205-9325. Press 1 to speak to our host. Or you can join us live on Facebook at www.facebook.com/the-female-solution.
Oh man, I sent the monthly sun bill today. This sunlight is really expensive, especially during this season. I'll probably have to work overtime to pay it.
Well, you better pay it on time. We don't want the sun to go out and we're sitting up here all day in the dark.
Wouldn't it be terrible if God charged us for sunlight? Well, thank God, the light and heat from the sun is free. So why are we paying such high bills for the energy we use in our homes? Because we don't know how to use solar energy, the free energy from the sun. You can convert your regular home to a solar energy home and save tremendously on your electric bill. Take a look at your electric bill. Wouldn't you like to reduce or possibly even eliminate that cost altogether? Let one of our solar consultants show you how. Call today, 312-849-3456. And schedule a free consultation. That's 312-849-3456.
Let's go get stoned. I do not own the rights to this music. Let's go get stoned. That's Ray Charles, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go get stoned. We're having a stone experience, and you can have one too. Well, actually, you can have one in Egypt and Ghana with crownroyaltravel.com. We are live on the Female Solution with Attia Gray, our stone pharmacist. As we go back to the phone lines, 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. 219, you're still with us? Is that Kid and Cat Gray? All right. Thank you for joining in with us. Now, what are the dates? Well, I guess I'll go to the website and see that. See what the dates was.
I can tell you.
Okay.
So for Egypt, it's October 7th through the 17th.
10, 7.
And for Ghana, it's
October 7th through the 17th. Okay, that's for Egypt, right?
Yes.
And for Ghana?
Yes. Ghana is November 7th through the 17th.
All right, a week in each one. All righty now. Well, thank you so very much. That's crownroyaltravel.com. Ooh, I'm getting the thinking about it. I'm ready to go now where it's nice and warm, because I've been watching these expatriates, a lot of people who've been leaving the States going to Ghana. And and it's like, wow. And I'm looking at the stories. It's like, I'm ready to go. As Miss Thing would say, I read to go. Yes, I did it. I read to go. So thank you so much for calling in and sharing that information, Kit. And who is the mother? Look like sisters. I'm not the mother of Attia Gray, the stone pharmacist. Did you want to give us a closing thought on anything that you would like for our audience to know here?
I just want to thank you guys for having me. And
it is a Tia show.
Yeah. Okay. Let her finish. Go. We know she got to go to. She got things to do. She got to work.
So the site will be completely launching soon. I just want to let you guys know that you can go follow Stone Pharmacist on Instagram, and also you can follow my personal page, just BLK, no cream, just black, no cream.
All right.
Instagram as well. And if you inbox me with your email address, then you will get a 10% off discount code for when the site goes live, and you'll also be notified.
All right, now, did you all get that? A 10% discount when the site goes live? Because right now it's under construction, right?
Yes, under construction.
All righty. I wonder if our executive producer, Naima Latif, wanted to ask you a question before you leave. Welcome, Naima Latif. She's the executive producer.
Well, welcome to Attia Gray. I've been really enjoying your wisdom that you've shared, and I'm excited to know that there is a whole new thought among our millennial generation. You have empowered yourself to control your own thoughts, aren't being influenced by this propaganda on the news media, and I'm just loving it. I really would love to know more about the stones that you mentioned. Have you found that they are available, say, in the regular soil around where we live? You know, people travel different places, but if I knew what I was looking for, could I go in my backyard and maybe find them?
I would probably say not around here if you're in the Chicagoland area, but a place like North Dakota or even Maine, you will find stones. So we do have them in our country, but not in the Midwest.
The reason for that is just because of what was here before, ecologically, you know, speaking. Is there a reason why they're not in the Midwest, but they would be on the East Coast? So they're more like coastal, where the ocean is?
Yeah, it's naturally where they if I may say that. So they've of course been building for years or growing for years, but it's where they were naturally manifested or what may have been there before the world is what we know it to be today.
Thank you so much for bringing this knowledge and wisdom. You have enhanced our lives today.
Yes, you have. So long. Thank you, my sister, for taking time to come and inform and enlighten and inspire us today. We know you got a busy schedule, so we thank you for staying over a few minutes. We still got your mom on the line. Kitten Cat Gray? Kitten, you want to give us a closing thought? Did I close her mic?
Closing thought, guys, is simply this. We need to connect with every generation. Can you hear me? Generation.
Mm-hmm.
Every generation that we have a chance in our lives to connect with. I like to think of myself as multi-generational. I don't identify with just one. I have my 5-year-old girlfriends as well as my 99-year-old girlfriend. And I learn from them all. So as a people, we have to evolve and connect with every generation as they come, because Attia is totally correct that every generation brings some new wisdom. The answers are with the youth. We have to get away from our antiquated thinking. And thank you for allowing me to say that.
Well, thank you for having the courage to say that, because not everybody has the courage to say that. So thank you so very much. We greatly appreciate that. And thank all of our listeners and viewers who are joining in this morning. It's 8:41. We've got about 9 minutes to go before the show is over with. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. As we are joined by the executive producer, Naima Latif, and we will be beginning the family empowerment session early this morning because she usually comes on at 9, but we know Attia had to leave. So we thank you, Attia, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you at the pharmacist. We will see you at you tell it.
We'll see you at the Stone Pharmacy.
At the Stone Pharmacy. Thank you, sweetie. We appreciate you. All right. You make it a great day. Thank you. And thank you for joining us, Naima Latif. Thank you so much for starting the family empowerment session, because families are being rocked.
Yes.
Families are being divided.
Yeah.
And we take this time to break that division and bring us back together. So Naima Latif, executive producer of The Female Solution, take it away.
Well, I'm glad to have heard from someone who is an independent thinker. I thank you for the guest today. It gives us a lot of hope, especially when we hear the thoughts of young people who really are thinking in terms of recapturing a lot of that ancient wisdom that we allowed to be taken away from us, believing that we were being so-called modernized. And a lot of things that we used to know, we handed over to other people who didn't have our best interest at heart. You mentioned, your friend mentioned the Ghana trip. And I just spoke to one of my associates, Aisha Hakeem, who's been on the show a couple of times. She lives in Ghana. She's an international businesswoman. And I was asking her about the coronavirus. And she said that, that they're not going through what we're going through. Their life is normal there. They had maybe 300 people out of the whole country that died. And that's it.
Wow.
And they're fine, So we keep thinking everybody else is doing what we're doing, and they're not. So there are things that people are doing that keeps their immune system healthy and keeps them able to function and enable them to really almost bypass the whole global pandemic experience that we're having, because their lives are more natural on the earth. You guys talked about grounding. Well, we have allowed people to laugh at us and make fun of us for walking barefoot in the dirt and in the grass and all of that, and calling people primitive and everything when they lived a more natural life closer to nature and not in these concrete boxes full of wiring. Mm-hmm. These are the people around the earth that are surviving and thriving and overcoming the effects of a virus because they have been more natural in their living, breathing cleaner air, drinking fresh water, bathing in the rivers and things like that, getting the natural sunlight and walking barefoot, so they can absorb the minerals from the earth, because all we are is earth. Everything you eat comes from the earth. So all we are, we're part of the ground we're walking on. So It naturally makes sense to keep recycling that energy. And the people who have been doing that, they're not suffering. But we're in these high-rise concrete boxes. We're suffering. We're dying. We're sick. So we should be learning from people who we let other people laugh at and call primitive and uncivilized and backwards. But they're knowing how to look at a plant on the ground and say, oh, this is medicinal. They're knowing how to look at a stone and say, oh, this has energy for healing. We've lost that knowledge. So we need to go back, just like your guest today, go back and find the lost knowledge. And when we do that, then we'll see that the people we've been allowing to steer our thinking are not as wise as we thought. Really had wisdom that we let go of following somebody else. Mm-hmm. And that's the way we need to empower ourselves. Go back and get that lost knowledge and look at some of the societies where people are living to be 120 years old, and they're not full of disease and sickness and struggling with obesity and kidney failure and all these things that we have created because of our poor diet and the unnatural way we live, the extreme stress and the way we live. Look at how people who live simply are living much healthier, satisfying lives. So I think this time that we've had this global shutdown, it gives us a chance to stop and observe and reflect on what we're really seeing. And what is the saying? Insanity is doing the same thing the same way, expecting different results. If we see that the lifestyle of extreme stress, rushing here and there, overscheduled, overbooked, always stressing about bills, and I got to pay this and pay that and pay that, and working hours and hours and hours at jobs we hate with people we don't like, years and years, and then we get to a point of retirement and we're ready to die because we've lived a whole life of stress and unhappiness. When we realize that doesn't work, why would we do that again? Why would we program our children to do that? So I'm so glad when I hear the voice of a person who is now emerging into a new adulthood and a new thought, I realize that they are choosing not to follow that path, which is wise. We should be encouraging the adults, the young adults that are at the age where they're about to start making life decisions. We need to encourage them to think in terms of entrepreneurial pursuits that bring us back to that natural way of life, that help educate us on natural foods, natural healing methods, ways we can enhance our lives that bring us back to nature instead of further away from it, and getting away from that overscheduled, overbooked lifestyle of stress and eating painkillers to get rid of our headaches and backaches and everything else that we've overworked, and being so full of poisons and pharmaceuticals that our kidneys stop working. They're not doing that. And I'm so glad to know that they're not, because that was insanity. And we should observe what is working and observe what isn't working and stop doing the thing that isn't working. It's not natural to be sick when you're 70, 80 years old. That's something that's created. And we just took for granted, well, when you get old, you get sick, you die. Well, you can exit out of here. You don't have to be sick to go. Just leave. But you can be healthy and vibrant up until the time you go. You don't have to be walking on a cane or your back is bent over it. None of that. And when you look at people in a lot of these countries where they're surviving and thriving despite a so-called global pandemic, they've been living off the land and they've been living natural lives, and they're not surrounded by concrete and walking on leather and plastic and rubber, but they're walking on natural earth, and they're exercising by just doing natural things, working outside, and they're getting their exercise and they're interacting with people. And then of course, studies have shown that when you hug somebody, you're exchanging energy. So, and they say, I think you need 21 hugs a day to keep you healthy. So now look at what kind of way we're living. We're not even encouraged to go and visit family, much less friends. And then you can't give anybody a hug, or you might get disease. Can't smiling. You can't, well, nobody can see your face. You can't smile. I mean, the things that lift you up all have been taken away. So that should let us know that the way we live is unnatural, and we have to return to what's natural. So we're going to get a chance to let this virus pass through and pass away. And while we're letting it leave, we need to be thinking and planning and strategizing and organizing so that we can create a natural society where people can hug each other and smile together and sit out on the grass and walk barefoot in the dirt and eat from the soil and not kill anything in order to live, but to be able to enjoy the natural way of living and be able to live long and enjoy an abundant life, because abundance isn't about money in the sense of the over hoarding of things. It's about using your creativity to sustain yourself, share knowledge, and enhance the lives of others. And if you do that, you get paid because people willingly give for that which enhances their lives. So this is what we should encourage all of our young people to do. And when they do something unconventional or create a different kind of business or a different way of living, we should applaud that, because they've got to take us away from the insanity that we've been living and thinking is normal. So I'm so glad you had the guest that you had today, and we learned so much, and we have to take that knowledge and run with it and make it a part of our lives.
You are absolutely right. And I knew about her some years ago, but I didn't know she was doing all that she was doing. And then when her mom told me, we were discussing some other matters, and I was like, Stones, really? How old is she? She does what? Oh, okay. She need to be a show. As a matter of fact, they were out of town at some beach in somewhere. I don't know where they were. It might have been in Africa. I don't know. But I was like, whenever you get back, we need to book you for the show.
Definitely.
Now, she's a shining example of what can be done with our youth today. So I am very honored to have her, to have had her as a guest on the show. If you want to get calls in, you've got about 5 minutes, 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. Before the show is the show is over. We started the family empowerment session a little early this morning. And it was quite apropos that it's generational this morning, because her grandmother, her mother, and then her, it just shows the power of what we can do as a family within the family structure, the generational, because other ethnicities have been taught to do that. And with us, it's just instinct. But because we've been bombarded with all the outside noises, we forget about that and we close that out. And then we operate from what they give us instead of what comes in us goes out of us. So you are right on target.
Yes. And we know what happened with our families. We know we were encouraged as women. We were encouraged to separate from the men. We were encouraged to abandon our children. We were encouraged to do everything that was unnatural. And we're seeing the results of it now. Children that are lacking mothering. And so they're in so much pain. They turn to other substances to ease the pain because they didn't get a hug. They didn't get nursed long enough because we were convinced by the hospitals not to breastfeed. And we just, all the things we did out of our ignorance, thinking we're being modern. And we just made mistakes. And so now that we see the results of those decisions, we have to, let's go back and unite with our brothers and work this thing out, because they got a lot of anger in us. We got a lot of anger in them. But we can admit that we all were hoodwinked, and we were made to focus on something other than the unity, which is what's necessary for all of us to grow and develop. And I'm really glad that we've launched this 9-week series of men's only discussions on the female solution every Wednesday. My regular co-host Kareem Hamid is hosting this show, and we've had some very candid conversations with the brothers, and we've got a whole series planned, and one of them coming up in the next few weeks is one where we're going to talk to men of the clergy, because a lot of issues have come up, a lot of things have happened, various scandals, and there's a lot of pressure on men who are spiritual leaders to be perfect in the eyes of all the judgment of various religiosities. But how do you handle being a regular man and being in the position you're in, trying to be husband and father, and the reality of the conditioning that we live under? How do you handle that and remain true to yourself? And how do you handle it if you happen to make a decision that other people find unseemly for your position as a spiritual leader? How do you handle that? Do you openly admit an error, or do you openly confess? Do you hide it? How do you advise other younger men coming after you to deal with that same situation? So we're gonna in an upcoming episode, we're gonna deal with a lot of those difficult questions, because we have some great men that have made decisions that have caused a lot of pain and even caused them a certain amount of loss of esteem. So we want to address that, because there's a lot of pressure to be perfect and according to religious standards, and it's in a lot of ways unfair. So we're going to talk about that. And of course, this Wednesday, we're going to talk about what happens when you have had the incarceration experience. How does that affect your self-esteem? How does that affect your feelings about relationships with women? Do you tell them everything that you went through? How do you cope with a trauma like that and try to get back to normalcy? How does it feel when you're separated from your children? So we're going to talk about that this Wednesday, because that's unfortunately too common an experience. And a lot of men coming back into their families find they've been damaged in ways they didn't expect. But we have to address these things, because if we're going to bring the family back together, we can't sugarcoat it. We have to address what really happened, and how do we heal from the hurt, and how do we rebuild so that it doesn't happen again? How do we learn from this lesson so that young men coming up don't make the same errors in judgment that make them fall into the trap that's been set for them, so that they'll be part of this economic system of exploitation of people who are in pain and who are vulnerable and who don't have financial resources to pay for the right kind of legal help when they're falsely accused, or to pay them so that they can live comfortably without making decisions to do things that are illegal and ending up in jail. So we need to have a game plan together, but we have to look at what is in order to plan for what needs to be. And I know it's time for us to go.
Oh, we got a few calls we need to take. 312-823. Did I take this call? 312-823.
No.
Grand Rising. Hi, who's this?
Grand Rising. Hi, this is Rashida.
Hey, Rashida, how you doing?
I'm good. I would like to know if you all are going to have a show on where there would be all females talking about the sides and the pressures in life that keeps the families from being together and functioning.
We're going to have a women's roundtable. What's the date on that?
Well, that'll be this Thursday following this Wednesday. So Rashida, we're going to invite you to be a part of that discussion. And what was that subject again? You said?
What was the subject, Rashida?
Women raising a family in spite of the pressures, that's happening is to cause separation in the family, and how to deal with it, and what to do and what not to do during those strides, and like alone raising the family.
I think that'll be the most appropriate topic on Thursday, because we're going to be dealing with men who have left the family and because of their absence and incarceration and so forth, have had to shoulder the burden. So I think that'd be great to handle some do's and don'ts and to reflect on some of the things that they say they deal with as in terms of challenges and not being there with their family. So thank you for that thought, Rashida, and we'll be reaching out to you to join us on Thursday.
All righty. And you can join them tomorrow here on the Female Solution. Let's talk about it with Maika. Who's on tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow we're going to have a panel discussion, and we're going to take a look at some of the issues that have surfaced as a result of the political climate and the whole Black Lives Matter, the Capitol invasion, and what we need to be preparing for when it comes to dealing with the mindset that still exists of people who could be dangerous because they still have not let go of that Confederacy. Y'all lost the war, sorry. But we have daughters that we want to feel safe. So we're going to talk about what we observed and how we should handle that.
All righty. So join in tomorrow, 7 to 9 a.m. And Wednesday, we will have Naima back with Kareem Hamid, Repairing Family Relationships. Thursday is the Sisters Roundtable. And our sister Viata says she loves the colors, the yellow and the blue this morning. Thank you so much, my sister. The microphone, which comes on Friday's Health and Wellness with Viata. Saturday, our rotating horse, Nonviolent Communication with Jana. Second Saturday, Black Taboo with Love, Joy, and Powers. The third Saturday, Travel with Deborah. And the fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. You can contact me during the week, 312-409-6619 or Zelda.thefemalesolution. And you can always reach me at info@higherlearningnetwork.org. Be sure and to subscribe and like our YouTube channel. Where is it? There it is. YouTube channel. Higher Learning TV show. Stay on purpose. Stay empowered. Stay tuned. Listen to the gut. Not the noise out there, but the gut. What your heart tells you, you'll be just fine. And we will see you next time right here on The Female Solution. Make it a great day. And thanks for watching. And thank you, my sister of the microphone. We will do this again.
Always a pleasure.
Shalom. Peace. Namaste. Hotep.